It'll get stodgy if you whisk it. You need to cream it.
What do you mean, cream it?
I missed the last committee meeting. I was in real.
What's cake in Welsh?
Cacen! Hi, Georgina.
Hi, Rhian.
Come on in.
Thanks.
Nice to see you.
How are you?
I'm very well, and you?
Is everybody coming?
I hope so.
Oh, good. I'll put the tea on.
It's Kate.
Hi.
Oh, have you got the kettle on? I'd love a cup of tea.
Yep, it's on.
Great. Right, let's make a start. What have we got? Have we got everything?
Was I supposed to bring something?
Weren't you at the committee meeting?
I think she missed the last committee meeting.
I missed the last committee meeting. I was in real.
Was it nice?
It rained.
Oh, that's a shame.
It's Nicola.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, how are we all doing?
Good.
We got everything?
I've got the butter.
Right, we've got butter.
I bought sugar.
Right, we've got butter, we've got sugar.
I was in real.
I suppose it's a start. We've got butter and sugar. Who's bringing the eggs?
I think Ange was bringing the eggs. Ah, and that might be her now. Yeah, I remember talking to a student once about her partner and her mother-in-law. And I even asked her whether she had children, and she said no, the dogs were her children. And then a work colleague of mine said to me, oh, you know she's gay, don't you? And I just said, that's rubbish, that can't possibly be. And it made me wonder then how you used language and how I'd assumed that her partner must be male. But in fact, she was female, and it did really hit home how narrow-minded and quite embarrassed I was about it, I think.
Oh, cream it, Kate, don't whisk it. It'll get stodgy if you whisk it. You need to cream it.
What do you mean, cream it?
You know, cream it.
It's like whisking, only cream it.
Yeah, you know, cream it.
Well, give it here.
See, she's creaming it now.
The Women's Institute can actually be a really empowering community if you're a lesbian or bisexual woman. It can be a surprisingly good environment to be in. For one thing, if you're actually looking to meet women, we've got them in plentiful supply. And it can actually be a really empowering community that helps you find strengths in yourself that you didn't know you had, helps you learn about things that you didn't know you could do.
Where are the eggs?
Who said they were going to bring the eggs?
But Ange was bringing the eggs.
Well, she's not here yet.
Well, where is she?
Oh, hi, Ange, you've made it.
Did you bring the eggs?
Oh, fantastic. Come on in then.
Ange is here.
Hello. Hi, Ange. Did you bring the eggs?
Yes, I brought the eggs.
One time in work, I overheard a couple of women talking about having children, and one of them was saying how happy she was expecting her first child. Her and Joe were really excited. And then it became apparent that Joe was actually a woman. Of course, I'd assumed Joe was male. I mean, once that had sunk in, I thought, well, why not? You know, being gay doesn't mean you don't want children. And then I thought, how did they fertilise the eggs?
Well, we've managed to salvage 3 of the eggs.
Well, there we are, perfect. That's exactly what we need.
No, you're thinking of Madeira. Madeira's 3, we only need 2.
No, don't be daft. 3 eggs in a sponge cake.
Are you sure?
Yes.
My nan always used 3.
I think my mum uses 3.
Well, how many are in Madeira then?
I don't know. I've never been.
Stop it.
I'm really proud to be a WI member, and especially a member of Birchgrove WI. But I'm quite often amazed at people's reaction when you say that you're a WI member. I think there's often an assumption that all WI members come from the same mould, and in actual fact that's really not the case. WI members come from a whole range of very different women, and to be honest, from my experience at Birchgrove and the different activities that we have going on, the bigger that range of differences, the better it is, because we have more of an opportunity to learn from each other and to learn from the variety of experiences that exist among the members.
What's Welsh for cake?
Cake?
Yeah, what's cake in Welsh?
I don't think I know.
Cacen.
I beg your pardon?
Cacen. That's Welsh for cake.
That's not a word.
Oh, yes, it is. My nine, who lived in Betws-y-Coed, always called cake cacen.
Oh.
That's because she's from North Wales. In South Wales, we say tishan.
Say it again?
Tishan.
So in South Wales it's Tishan, and in North Wales it's...
Cacen.
I think I prefer Tishan.
Yes, me.
My son is gay. He admitted his sexuality in the first year at university, some 30 years ago. It was a great shock to his father, who did not really want to talk about it. Parents have to listen to all sorts of ignorant talk about gays and lesbians, but gays particularly. And it's very difficult, very hurtful. And I have learned to admit that my son is gay and to say so. It either kills the conversation or it opens it up. Homosexuality still has a long way to go, in my opinion. Some will never change their view. I've not said much about his father. He died 20 years ago, but he did come to love and respect his son again. And he met and became fond of the young man who is now his partner, husband. And they've been together for 28 years.
When you wanna come down, I'll still be around.
What time's everybody getting here?
I don't know. What time did we say?
I told them to be here at 4.
Who was organising that bit then?
I don't know, what did we say at committee meeting?
I wasn't at the committee meeting.
She was in Rill.
They'll be here at 4.
We did remember to invite people, didn't we?
Oh, I don't know, did we? I didn't.
They'll be here at 4.
The WI is an institution whose sole purpose is to empower women, and for me that could not be more relevant than it is now in 2018. And I was thinking of the conversation we had about being an LGBT plus ally. I don't know if anyone knows, but that was a conversation that actually meant an awful lot to me. To be an ally it means more than to just say, it doesn't bother me that someone's gay. An ally is someone who, they take part in our celebrations, but they also take time to learn our history, and they take time to learn about our struggles and where we're at the moment. And I feel incredibly proud to be part of a group of women who are prepared to stand in solidarity with the community.